I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hi, friends, and welcome back to Campione Reacts. That's right, you are a champion today. Today, we are going to be looking at some absolute ridiculousness coming straight out of the Tickety Talks. It's called 5 Red Flags. That's right, the ladies are going to give us the red flags, and, well, the ladies that are here are going to have some thoughts on that. Speaking of those lovely ladies, today we are joined by the lovely and amazing Nadia. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Happy Saturday. I'm excited to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and that's the day we're recording this, and we've got it's okay. And of course, also with us today is the very special Steph Annie over there at My Nerdy Home. How you doing, Steph?
I'm doing good, thank you. Happy to be back. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I've missed out.
I'm grateful you're here. I'm grateful both of you are here. And boy, do we have some crazy to react to today. So without further ado, let's see what some people think that are red flags when you're dating.
5 red flags to look out for in a relationship or pre-relationship, just when you're dating someone. Number 1, they don't want to define things after months of dating. Like, what? You still don't know how you feel about this? That's a red flag. Number 2, they call you names in arguments that you have. Like, they curse and they say things that are really messed up. Number 3, they're cruel to their parents. Yes, I know there are some really awful parents out there, but 2 wrongs don't make a right. 4, they make you feel stupid, whether it's gaslighting or just make you question yourself when you're with them. And number 5, they don't apologize when they're wrong. Like, they find a way to make you end up feeling bad about it. No. They should apologize and own up to it.
Wow, she got some pretty strong points there. You know what? Let's have Nadia tackle this first. Nadia, do you think that she had some good points? And if so, what were they? And what do you agree with? And what do you think your takeaway is?
Besides the first point, I think those are valid red flags for any type of relationship, whether it be romantic or friendship. Like, if somebody is mean to their parents, they call you names in arguments, they don't apologize when they are wrong. That's just not a good person. So I think it could apply to dating, but it could apply to like friendships as well.
On that one, Steph, what do you think?
Depending on the length of time they've been dating, because she didn't specify like a length of, she just said months. So like if at 6 months they still don't want to define a relationship or call you their, girlfriend or boyfriend, then yeah, I think it's time. Wishy-washy people probably have you around just to have you around so they're not lonely or something like that, or because they're, using you or something. So I don't care for wishy-washy people when it comes to a relationship. All of the other ones I do agree with, and that goes for men and women, to look out for those things because, yeah, they're just not good people. Respect for your parents is something that I really hold, pretty high up there. You don't have to have a good relationship with your parents, but I think depending on the situation, you should respect your parents. I mean, they raised you and stuff, so you don't have to talk to them all the time, but I think you should respect your parents. Making you like never saying sorry. Again, it goes both ways. I think this is for men and women. This is just dating in general. If they trick you into apologizing to them when it's something that they did wrong, then yeah, that's something to look out for. That's a total red flag. And especially if it's consistent. I think that all of these things need to be done consistently. If it's just someone who is stubborn and doesn't want to apologize like the very first time, I don't know. I think it's just allow some room for the relationship to grow, some room for the relationship to grow, room for you to really, see what this person's about. But if it's done something consistently, then yeah, I think that's not very good. But I don't know. It's just, I think a lot of people see like, oh my gosh, that's a red flag, I'm leaving immediately without, offering some grace, giving room for the relationship to grow. Then, I think that people need to just sort of relax a little bit and maybe see what happens in the next few dates. But yeah.
Yeah, I think communication is one of the most important things you can do in any relationship. And as Nadia brought up, I mean, you owe everybody basically the last 4 flags that she pointed out. So you kind of need to treat everybody like that would be your friend or some close party to you the same. But the first one I think is probably the one that would hit home most for many. Yeah, you don't want to just kind of be out in the weeds, not knowing where you are at all points in time. I think that conversation about where things are going needs to happen about 2 to 3 months in, because I promise you, the guy knows already. So you're going to have to draw that out of him, because I mean, most of us knew everything in the first 2 months, to be fair. So let's move on, see what else we've got down the road here, and I'm saying we're off to a pretty good start. I was worried. Let's see.
Girl, you need to go ahead and block him. This one's tricky if he likes cats. Guys do not grow up liking cats. Guys grow up liking dogs because it's the manly thing to do. But if he likes cats, it's because an ex-girlfriend had one and he was around the cat and then he realized they're cute, they're cuddly, they're cool. Red flag. 2, if he follows a bunch of Instagram models. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, go through everything. If it is over 50% females, red flag. 3, if he drives a BMW. Double red flag if the BMW is white. I've lost track, but if he does not open the door for you, the car door, the restaurant door, but not only for you, for any other woman or elderly people, if he is not being chivalrous or having basic manners, huge red flag. Like, who raised you? This one I feel is very, very niche, but it needs to be talked about more often. If he has ever done the 75 hard challenge and failed, huge red flag.
Okay, so I'm going to plead ignorance on the 75 heart challenge or whatever that is. I don't know what that is. But, I mean, look, cats, you know what, Steph, you first on this one. Cats?
That doesn't always mean that they had a girlfriend. They could have just grown up with a cat and have a like towards cats. Like, I don't yeah, that's I think the animals that you like and that you get when you're older come more from the animals that you grew up with when you were younger. That's at least in my experience. Like, I grew up with dogs and I ended up having 2 dogs. I prefer dogs over cats because I grew up with dogs. Same thing with my brothers. They grew up with dogs. They prefer dogs over cats. I think it doesn't stem from, oh my goodness, I had a girlfriend one time and she had a cat and I fell in love with it. No. It could possibly just go back to your childhood. This is my childhood pet, so I like this particular pet over another, and I'm gonna get this when I'm older. I think that that's weird that cats are a red flag. I don't understand that. Or pets in general are red flags. I think that that's kind of weird. Yeah.
I know why. I know.
Ah,
please
what?
do
Uh-oh.
tell.
All right, do
I know
tell.
why. I know why. Because this woman had an ex who liked a cat, drove a white BMW, did the 75 and failed, and she's projecting. These are not red flags overall. It's not like, oh, he's a mean guy, or maybe holding the door open. I can understand that. Maybe that probably is the only very particular to whatever it has experienced in the type
Experience.
of men
Isn't
she's
that
gone
interesting? It
for.
is very particular to, like,
Yeah.
not just the BMW, it's a white BMW. Oh, he can't have cats. Go through his phone and make sure he's not following all of these particular sets of people. It sounds like she goes through phones. It sounds like this is just an insecure person who had
Steph,
a
have
bad
you ever
experience and she's
you ever
just, yeah, she's projecting it.
You ever dated a guy and he has a cat and you go, nope, sorry, red flag? Is that ever one thing? Like, you go out with a guy, you really like him, he's very nice, you guys have like dinner back at his place or something, and then a cat shows up. Is that a red? Like, I've never had a woman go, oh yeah, that's a red flag, a cat.
If anything, a woman's like, "Oh my god, you have a cat."
Yeah.
That's it.
You have a responsibility that you take care of. Wow, it shows you're
Yeah.
responsible.
Yeah, and you know cats will definitely eat your face off if they get hungry
I'm-
enough. So
I mean,
yeah.
my husband hates cats. I have a cat. He says we have 2 dogs and my wife has a cat.
Mhm.
Because I came with the cat. Well, the cat came with me.
Look,
So-
I don't even remember. She gave us 5 things, and once she was talking about the BMW, and if it's a white BMW, it's worse. I'm like, okay. And then I think it's all projection. That was pretty bonkers, though. I'm like, okay, the first lady pretty much spot on. This lady out to lunch, right? Maybe is that just me? I'm a guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was very particular that based on her past experience or experiences. She's just, jumbling them all together in this one video.
This is this woman we just watched, is she an example of a bad picker? You think she's got bad picker disease?
I think she focuses too much on the materialistic part of dating, where she needs a guy that can, that is, in a sense, in her mind, what she envisions as the perfect guy, instead of actually getting to know people for their personalities, and actually picking the average looking dude instead of the 9 or 10, like maybe giving a nice guy a chance versus somebody who flashes that maybe all this stuff. Because again, I think this is projecting of like the BMW, liking the Instagram models posts. It sounds like she dates those. There's those typical kind of like maybe red pills. Like,
She sounds like she does focus on the materialistic part of like what she sees is what she sees is what she's attracted to. That's just natural, but it's what he owns as well that is important to her. And because the only other thing that she mentioned is in regards to personality type is just manners. If he doesn't open the door for you, that's a red flag. And that's, to me, just growing up in the South, that's just manners. All the guys do that down here. So that's just manners. That's not necessarily, that's something that you grew up doing. Again, that was just like, kind of raised in you. But that is, other than that type of like personality, that's the only thing that she mentioned that could go down to personality. So like everything else is just, okay, what does he own? That's it. What does he own, and who does he follow? So it's very shallow in regards to the things that she listed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with you. And well, I think we need to get to this last one here because I think you'll appreciate it. How about that? How about that? Yeah, meet me outside.
God
How
help
about
anybody who's driving a white BMW.
that? Yeah,
I know.
especially if it's white. Ugh.
I love a good hot take, and here are my 5 hot takes dating edition. I have been single for 7 years now, and I have dated a lot of guys in this time and learned a lot of lessons, like was seeing, hanging out with, whatever, not in a serious relationship. Regardless, 1, they don't compliment you. If you are seeing someone and they are not complimenting you, they're not telling you you're pretty, you're beautiful, they like your outfit, things about you, they like your personality, they think you're funny, you're smart, any type of compliment. If you're not hearing a compliment from you, 1 of 2 things. 1, they feel inferior to you. They don't want to boost your ego because their ego will be bruised.
Oh my God.
So red flag. 2, they don't like you that much. If someone likes you, they're going to tell you about your best friends, right? That you love and you feel so good around. You compliment them, right? You tell them how awesome they are. So if you're not getting compliments from the man you're seeing, that's a red flag.
Okay, before she goes to number 2, I knew you guys are both jonesing to talk. So shoot, I want to hear what you guys have to say.
If you want to be complimented on your outfit, she just said it. Hang out with your best friends. Hang out with your girlfriends. Those are the ones that are going to boost your confidence. Are the women around you? Men aren't going to be women. They're not there to boost your confidence. Like that's not. They're not going to do that. They probably don't even notice the things that you're wearing. I think that's so weird that women and I say this as a woman, right? Because I've made this mistake before, but women want men to act like women, and they're not going to act like women. You have women for that. You have your friend group for that. They're not going to act like women. Stop trying to turn men into women. If you want a guy to do that, get a gay best friend. They are going to compliment your outfits. They're going to compliment your makeup. They're going to compliment your hair. Guys won't do that. So like regular, red-blooded American men aren't going to do that. And I think that, girls that judge men on the fact that they are not acting like women is strange to me, because I thought you wanted a partner, not a best friend, not another girlfriend. So
Yeah,
that's
I
just
would be. By the way, I would be on this girl's case because she has really expensive stabby nails that dudes do not care about and find rather annoying most of the time. I knew you wanted to say something, Nadia. What do you got?
Oh, I after she said she's been single for 7 years, I date. I'm out. Like, you can't give me dating advice if you have been and not only has she been single for 7 years, she stated she hasn't had a serious relationship in those 7 years too. So it's not like, so she's casually dating. So again, she's not dating with intent to find somebody. She's just dating to have fun, and completely lost me. Like, okay, I'm not taking your red flags into it. I agree with Steph on it, though. Women do tend to want their partners to be their best friends, to be like, oh, your hair looks great today, or great nail. Like, I'll get a pedicure and change my nail color, and for weeks I'll be like, did you notice? And my husband be like, why would I care? Like, you do that for yourself, kind of deal. So I yeah, she's not an expert. Sorry.
Men are not women, and she isn't an expert because 7 years of not being successful, you suck. Why are you giving people advice? You suck. All right, we'll keep going.
And again, she doesn't have to be like 7 years and be in a relationship. She hasn't had one decent relationship, she stated, like one serious relationship in the 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but she
Let's
wants to
hear
tell
more
us.
of these red flags.
Yeah, number 2. It might be number 2.
Number 2, this kind of goes number 1, but I do think it needs its own. They're not liking your social media, not liking your stories, they're not liking your posts. When else looked at your social media, they would not see their name. 1, an ego thing. Don't want to boost your ego because their ego is easily bruised. Think like you're out of their league, whatever. 2, hiding some things. Don't want other girls to see their name under your stuff. Or 3, they just don't like you that much. To not even give me the, well, my boyfriend never uses social media. Okay, well, he doesn't count. But if your man's is viewing your story but not liking your stuff, these are the men that I'm talking about, okay? 3.
No, we're not. Okay. Narcissism. This is the personification, the embodiment, the physical presence of narcissism right there. You must love me at all times. There is no, you have to love me more than I love me. This is this lady. Am I wrong, Nadia? I mean, come on now.
My husband's not on social media, so he hates it. So he and even when we were dating early on, he was never really on it, and I'm with him all the time. I don't need validation online from him. That's just validating. It's not validating for herself to be like, "Hey, so and so really likes me. He's liking my story." It's to show off to the audience that, like, hey, it's the same people who post their relationship constantly. Like, once in a while, like, happy anniversary or happy birthday to your significant other, I get it. Or like, hey, look at a picture of us. But she's similar to the individuals that constantly have to validate their relationship online, which tells me there are issues in your relationship then. Some
Yeah,
people like
Steph.
to be private.
Yeah, Steph. Yeah, you lit up when she went extra bonkers there. What do you think?
Well, yes, 100%. We live in a society now where women tend to be more narcissistic because they get all of this fake validation online. But this is again something that women do to validate each other, to boost each other's ego. Is they like their post. Not only do they like it, but they give them a compliment in the comments. So this is another thing that women do that they're expecting men to do. Now, I am of two minds about this, because if you have if you're dating somebody and you're in a relationship with them and they are always online and you do notice them liking, a bunch of other posts, complimenting other people like in the comments, but they're not doing that with you or to you, and you are their partner, then you know that they have the capacity to do that, especially if it's like something that was just posted and they're already liking and commenting below it. That could be like maybe a conversation like, hey, how come like you do that to this person but not me? And it's just like this curiosity thing that you want to get that you need answered, pretty much. So if it is like if they are online as much as you are, but they are not because there could be many reasons why they're not doing that. They're just like, you're right next to me. I could look at you as much as I want. I don't need to validate you online. I validate you in person. So like there could be that. Or it could be nefarious. Like they could have, some ulterior motives. Like, I do like this other person, so I am going to like their photo or, DM with them later on. So I am of two minds about it. It is a girl thing to validate each other online and like almost all their posts and, compliment them and stuff like that. Your boyfriend is your boyfriend. He is not your simp. So he is in no way, it's in no way necessary for him to do that. However, young people dating nowadays pretty much require that in their relationship. And if they notice their partner doing that with other people and not them, it gives them pause. And I can kind of understand that because that is like their I guess like status is likes to them are a status symbol pretty much. So if your partner's not even liking it, then there has to be a reason why. But that's just like I guess that's like a high schoolish college like frame of mind. That is something that is important to them. So
Yeah, well, I'm not looking for the emotional maturity of an adult any longer into the college years. I think you almost have to be, 25, 26 before you start to have emotional IQ. But that's an entirely different conversation. And this girl is leading the charge on all of the red flags you could have as a woman if you want to date a guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's get further on because she's not done. She's not done.
This is a big one. Not planning actual dates, thoughtful dates. This is not as much the advanced aspect. That's the next one that I'm going to talk about. This is what you are actually doing. So he's messaging you on Monday and he's like, hey, I want to see you this weekend. Not saying when, what you guys are going to do. And then when the time comes, it's like him coming over. Netflix and chill. Last minute ordering food out. Doing something very last minute that's convenient to him. Asking you to hang out, but he's not being thoughtful and intentional. Beginning of a relationship, when you're seeing someone, when they're courting you, it should be very intentional. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, so don't even come at me with any of that crap. Hey, I'm gonna grab a bottle of wine and let's sit at a park at the beach, eat sushi. That's super inexpensive but thoughtful. Most girls would appreciate that. A walk and grab coffee, a drive-in movie. There's so many things. Not planning intentional dates, that's another red flag. Number 4, this kind of goes with the last one, not asking you to hang out in advance. I say 24 to 48 hours has to be a minimum. He's asking you the day of, or less than 24 to 48 hours, you decide what's best for you. He doesn't care about you that much and you're a last minute option. Does not go for someone you've been seeing all the time and then they're like, oh my god, I got last minute tickets to a concert. For the man that's messaging you on Friday night to hang out on Friday night because he has nothing better to do. Doesn't care about you that much. If he respected and valued your time, he would be asking you to do something in advance. It shouldn't be, hey, I'm available on Wednesday, can you hang out? It's, hey, I really want to see you. What are some days that might work for you? He's telling you that his only day that's available is on Wednesday and you're making that work. You're working around his schedule, not the other way around. Red flag.
Okay. Nadia?
She has some valid points there that you should, especially early on. I mean, I think you should do it into your lifetime relationship. Like my husband still plans dates and does it. It's you still have to date the person even after you achieve marriage, in my opinion. But she has some valid points that it shouldn't be just Netflix and chill. Like if you're dating with intent and you're courting this person, you should do things with them that is not just convenient or easy. It also allows you to have them open up their personality and really see the type of person they are if you're trying different things with them and stuff. And she's right, it doesn't have to be a very expensive date. It could be like, let's go grab coffee at your favorite coffee place and sit down and talk, or let's go grab a movie, or let's go walk around some downtown area. Like it can be small things, but it's the courting. But I agree with her. Like this is an actual valid flag. If he's just coming over just to chill, then he's a fuckboy. In my opinion, if he's just coming over for late night hangouts, he doesn't have any intent then to date you.
Wow. F boy. Well, we know who she's been dating. That's fine. It's fine. I got to ask Steph. Steph, do you agree that she's probably dating a line of Chads?
Oh man, see, I'm of two minds about this as well because I love staying home and just and just and just hanging
I mean,
out with
there's
the
a time and
movie.
place for that. Yeah.
I'm such a homebody, but I think that like that comes probably like later on in the relationship, like hey, do you want to come over? Sure. I think that if he only has like Wednesday available, I mean, there's probably reasons for that. Maybe that's his day off. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think like he should also know like your schedule as well. Planning dates is it's I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think like you're putting thought into this. You want to see this person, you want to impress this person because I mean this is a potential partner. So like if your very first date is, hey, you want to come over to my apartment at like 11 o'clock at night and just watch Netflix or watch a movie, then I don't know if they see you as a potential partner or as a quick lay, right? But I think that men like to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they want to impress a potential partner, with like a coffee date, so they could be somewhere and actually talk, have a lunch date, be somewhere and actually talk, so you can get to know this person. You want to know this person who you could possibly end up in a relationship with. You want to get to know them more. I can understand like nowadays that, men don't, because women have such like high standards. You see all of those women complaining that, oh, a guy took me to like the Cheesecake Factory or something like that. And it's horrible. I was expecting to go to some fancy restaurant. I can understand where men are just like, you know what, let's go out to coffee. I want to get to know you first before I put any type of investment in you. That I can understand. So like, a coffee date is cool. A lunch date is cool. Like I don't mind any of those things. But planning it out is essential. Like, hey, I want to see you. When can I see you? Okay, so you're available this day. I'm available these days, right? And then plan together when would be a good time. So planning, yes, 100% should be something that is done, and it's considerate. It is very considerate. Now later on in the relationship, like if he's just like, "Hey, I just got home from work. I want to come and see you." Like that should be kind of like, "Oh my gosh, you want to see me like on a random day? Sure." That's almost like a compliment. Like I just got home from like a rough day at work. I want to see you to make so that way like you can make me feel better. Like I feel better when I'm around you. I want to go and see you. That shouldn't be anything that's disrespectful. It's more of like he wants to see me. Like that's cool. So
Yeah, I think that she may be reading the room wrong occasionally, but look, I mean, sometimes a spontaneous thing is a good thing because it means you were on that person's mind. They wanted to do something with you right then and there. And
yeah.
again, there's always something good to be said for planning in advance. And women say they want men to plan. The problem is they don't always like the plan. And that's a problem. But she's not done, guys.
Oh, she's not done?
No, she's not done. She's not done.
Number 5, last but certainly not least, is he's
Thank goodness.
inconsistent. You don't know when you're going to hear from him next. You don't know when you're going to see him next. Man is not prioritizing you. He does not care about you. He doesn't know what he wants. Overall, red flag. People talk about this. When a man is interested in you, you will know it. You will not be confused. You will know when you're going to see from him next, and you will know when you're going to hear from him. Beginning with someone, you're getting the best version of them. It's not good. 9 out of 10 times, it's not getting better. If in the beginning, doing these 5 things that we talked about, you better run.
Yeah, you
I don't
better
know
run.
that fifth thing. What was the fifth thing?
Yeah.
That
I
was
didn't
it.
catch it.
That was she combined 2 together, I think, at some point in the middle. But she talked a
is
lot.
that he's not making time for you, or he's not purposely
Yeah. She
seeking you out
combined
in a
exactly. Yeah, she
Okay.
combined. Yeah, but regardless, when you listen to her, first of all, she had a couple of valid points, but for the most part, I'm like, I would not be taking my advice, as Nadia mentioned. I think Steph, you also did as well. I wouldn't be taking advice from somebody who's been at this for 7 years unsuccessfully. I don't even trust most of these dating coaches, which we're going to talk about a few of those here in upcoming segments as well. But tell me, overall, did she have some good ideas, bad ideas, anything you could recommend? Because, she's gone and we're better off for it.
Overall, she is the most important part of her own life. She comes first, and she expects the man to have her come first as well. Anything less than that, and that explains why she's been single for 7 years, because she is not their number one priority like she thinks she should be. There are some things that she said in there, like planning a date is a good thing. But other than that, all I see is someone who holds herself to a very high standard, is the most important thing. She is the main character of her story and wants to be the main character in your story. And if you relegate her to a anything other than a main character, you're gone. That's it.
Nadia?
Pretty much everything that Steph said. I don't take advice from somebody who has been single for 7 years with no serious relationship. It's also sounds like she doesn't give what she's expecting back. Like she's just expecting everything to be in a sense handed to her by this man in dating, and maybe she doesn't lay out her what she's looking for in the relationship, and it sounds like she doesn't even want a serious relationship if she's been single for this long too. It goes back to dating with intent. If you date with intent of finding a lifelong partner, then you should lay all that out within the first couple of dates so that you're not wasting each other's time. But it sounds like she does not. She intently dates, sorry, fuckboys. It just sounds like it.
Well, it does seem like that. But look, it also seems like we have two amazing ladies here on this panel you need to go and check out right away. Their channels and information are in the description below, but I'd like to say thank you to Nadia from Horror with Nads. Check her out immediately, especially if you like horror films. And check out the lovely Stephanie, otherwise known as My Nerdy Home, because she's great and she's got some pretty hot opinions on everything, including pop culture. On that note, ladies, we're out of here. So, as we always say, for Campione Reacts, we're out!
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.